Well, let's talk about something positive, a movie
Mhm.
you and I have both seen, which I happen to know that you like because you reviewed this film at which played the South by Southwest Film Festival, which is Molly and Max in the Future.
Yeah, I wrote a good synopsis for this if you want me to read it.
Sure, I want to hear your synopsis, and then I'm going to tell you what the story is.
Okay, here, I'll just read it from the review, which got a 9 out of 10 from me. Let me just blow this up a little bit. Okay, so as the title implies, our heroes Molly, played by Zosia Mamet, and Max, played by Aristotle
Athari.
Atharius, yeah. While traveling along a hyperspace bypass, Molly's space car runs Max off the road. After haggling over fault, Max insists Molly take him home to the ocean world. As we discover, Max is half human and half fish. Molly herself is endowed with magic. Soon the two hit it off, but before they are given a chance to become more than friends, Molly leaves to join a space cult and have sex with the demigod Mobius. Max is left devastated and alone.
Okay, well that's kind of how it begins.
Yeah.
This movie shows you what you can do. It's effectively, I mean, Zosia and Aristotle are the leads in this film. It's like
it's a two-hander. This is a two-hander.
This is, yeah, for the most part. I mean, there are little bit parts here and there. So there are a lot, other actors in there that make appearances, but the focus is on them. It is a romance. It is a will they or won't they? And they kind of like, it's sort of like there's definitely chemistry between the two characters, the two leads, Molly and Max, but they never quite get together. It is so clever. This film, it's about the writing and the performances, really. I mean, I happen to know that they shot part of this movie in the volume, but it's a very low budget indie movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell by the way the special effects are more comical. Like when she's having sex with the demigod, it's like a giant appendage that is being, stimulated
into places. Yes.
Yes. It's just weird. And I would describe this movie as Annie Hall meets Red Dwarf. If you even know, Annie Hall, Woody Allen movie, a very sweet, funny romance. And then, of course, Red Dwarf is one of the weirdest sci-fi sitcoms, British sitcoms ever. If you've ever seen it, it's just bizarre, over the top. And that's what's so amazing about this movie. It's the matter-of-fact way that they talk about certain things. Like, at one point, you see that, like, Molly and Max are like, should we embark on a romance? Should we get together? And they use a thing called a poop phone, which is a parallel universe phone, thus the term poop phone. So they get on the poop phone to talk to a different version of themselves in a parallel universe. And they ask the other version of themselves, Molly and Max, like, well, see, we want to see if we would get along. Why don't you guys actually get in a relationship? We'll call you a couple weeks later. Tell us how it's going. So they do that. It is so bizarre because everything in this world is just taken matter-of-factly. There's a funny thing where Max's character, he builds robots to fight in a giant, like, robot, giant, like, Transformers robot fighting arena. It's like MMA with robots, and it's all done with stop motion. This movie is so creative, so clever, so just uses, like, what's available. Like, okay, I guess we can have, like, we're in the volume, and the volume is sort of like when they're looking over the city. That's sort of the backdrop. They fly in spaceships, but everything is like nothing. It's like going to work. So they don't really call out any of the sci-fi elements of the story. It's just like, well, I'm going to go to this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to the parallel universe. I'm doing this thing. I just built a robot, but it's like, it's just like throwaway, like nothing. I really love this. I love this film. It's 90 minutes. There's a thing at the end, so stay through the credits, where they kind of show a little like BTS. So you see a little behind the scenes of like them doing stuff in front of green screen, and they have like some bloopers in there. I really enjoyed this. Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. Like, just know that this is a low budget indie movie. This isn't Star Wars. It's not like a big sci-fi epic. It is primarily a romantic comedy against a backdrop of a ridiculous sci-fi universe. And I can't rave enough about it. I can't wait. In fact, I can't wait to talk to the director
Yeah.
because I want to find out about this. What any other thoughts on it? Like what's your takeaway?
Yeah,
from it?
I mean, this is an example of a movie that you won't feel seen in.
Right.
These two characters are so out there, but it's that relationship. It's that will they, won't they relationship that we can all relate to. And at the heart of it is this truly well thought out, well developed love story.
Right.
And placed in this really out there, over the top world. And a lot of times when filmmakers do these over the top worlds, these fantasy worlds, we get taken out of it because it's just so weird that we just can't relate to it.
Right.
And what the director, I can't remember his name. This tab would fork. What Michael does.
Michael Litwack.
Yeah, what Michael does is he ensures that the heart of the story is intact, while then balancing it off with this really weird world. And that's why, I love the fact that I wasn't taken out of the picture, and that I was kind of invested in these two characters, especially the Aristotle character,
right?
The Max character.
Right.
And so it's just a well-made indie film, indie romance, great storytelling, and innovative use of technology that is now available to indie filmmakers.
Yeah, I really just had so much fun with it, and the fact that it just everything. This is why I compare it to the Red Dwarf, see Red Dwarf, British sci-fi sitcom that is just bizarre, but everything about their sci-fi world, everything that happens is just matter of fact. Like, oh yeah, I build robots. Like, oh, okay. Like it's almost like, it's not that it's boring, but like, it's just not called attention to, like the poop phone. Like, oh, we should use the poop phone, the parallel universe phone. It literally says on it, poop phone, PU phone, right? And it's just like, oh, this is something we can do. Let's see if we actually would get along if we were in a relationship. Our parallel universe versions of us will have the relationship just to see if anything could go wrong. It's just, I really, really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to talk to Michael about it. Strong recommendation. I believe it is out on video on demand.
I think it's in theater. It's in theaters, actually.
Theaters in limited release, and then coming to on demand. But you know what? We'll ask the director when he gets here.
Yeah, I will say, if you're in Southern California, it is playing in LA and Orange County, and I believe it's in New York as well.
Well, there you go. Wow, that's strong recommendation from both of us. That's not always the case.
Yeah, I mean, one thing about the volume that's done here is, the reason you use the volume is because you can create a world, and then shoot it from any angle without having to, redraw the background. The volume allows you to, to have a moving camera and a moving world in the background, almost multiplane, I would say.